Downton Abbey. The grand finale is exactly what its title promises: a farewell to a world many of us have lived with for over a decade. Watching it feels like returning home one last time. The Crawleys, their servants, the grand house itself, all of it is familiar, comforting, but with a bittersweet edge. Set in 1930, it carries echoes of everything that's come before: changing times, old traditions, the slow drift of modernity, and the weight of legacy. Mary Crawley, Michelle Dockery, is at the center again, but in a more vulnerable way than usual. She's facing a scandalous divorce, a big deal in society's eyes in those days, while the estate is under financial strain. The arrival of her uncle Harold Levinson, Paul Giamatti, who's come from America, introduces both relief and complication. Relief because he could help with money, complication because his financial advisor Gus Sambrick, Alessandro Nivola, turns out to be someone who may have been behind bad investments that left the family in a difficult position. Making things more layered. Edith, Robert, Cora, the servants, everyone has their own worry, they're part of the change swirling around them. Because Maggie Smith's character, the Dowager Countess Violet, has passed in real life, her absence is felt deeply in the film. They honor her memory, not by trying to replace her, but by letting us feel how her loss shapes the people she left behind. A large portrait of Violet looms in the hall. There are moments, silent, simple, that remind us of her presence. It works emotionally. You notice the emptiness she leaves, and the adaptation each character must make. It's moving without being showy. What impressed me was the way the film handles all the characters. The ensemble is huge. Hugh Bonneville as Lord Grantham seems more pensive, aware that the world is changing beyond his comfort zone. Laura Carmichael as Edith still has that mix of strength and regret. Jim Carter, Phyllis Logan, Elizabeth McGovern, they all bring the familiarity and warmth we expect. There are newcomers too. Alessandro Nivola, Jolie Richardson, Simon Russell Beale, Artie Fruscian. These faces add fresh energy without jarring the established cast. Even with so many people, though, it is occasionally crowded. Some characters, especially newer ones, don't get enough screen time to feel fully part of the emotional arc, which is understandable but a small miss. Visually, the grand finale is gorgeous. Simon Curtis directs with care. The period details, costumes, estates, society balls, London theatre nights, all of it looks polished and lovely. There's a softness to certain scenes. A walk across the estate grounds, a shared look in the dinner hall, a moment of silence in a corridor. Those moments hit because you already know who these people are, their history, their losses. The film doesn't try to shock, it asks that we remember and allow change. Pacing is gentle. It moves more through moment than action. If you go in expecting big twists or bold risk-taking, you may feel a little underwhelmed. The movie plays it safe, in plot especially. The financial trouble, the divorce scandal, the estate's future, there are stakes, but much of the film is about acceptance, dignity, quiet transition. And that's okay, because that's what a finale should do. Wrap up, let people breathe, let them settle. Some bits feel almost too polished, or even nostalgic to the point of sentimentality. The film leans heavily on shared memories, last dances, the weight of familiar dialogues. At times, it's more about how we'll miss Downton than what Downton meant. If you've never watched the TV series or earlier movies, I suspect you may find the film less satisfying. It assumes a lot of history and connection. Fans, though, will likely be moved, will smile through tears, because grand finale rewards investment. For me, the heart of the film is in Mary's transformation, how she steps up, choices she makes in light of scandal and society, And in the servants, in characters like Mr. Carson, Mrs. Hughes, Daisy, Molesley, who represent continuity, loyalty, and change all at once. The movie reminds you that a house is more than walls, it's the people. In the end, Downton Abbey, the grand finale succeeds beautifully for what it aims to be: a warm goodbye, a tribute, a closing of doors with gentle resolve. It's not perfect. Some threads feel rushed, some subplots undercooked, and new challenges aren't always fully explored. But it leaves the viewer with a sense of completeness. If you've followed the Crawleys and their household through seasons or films, this will likely feel like the right ending. And though you'll miss them afterward, you'll be glad to have had this last journey.
Hope you like the video. See you with another interesting video. Bye then, signing off from Black and Blank.